it going, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. I want to thank you guys again for joining us for another helpful video. One of the most common questions that I've been getting with the files that we've created is how do you download them properly and how do you use them? So I'm talking about the primary pick checklist and the growth plan for the $1,000 challenge. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how it is that you should be downloading this file within the Facebook platform. If you guys are not a part of our group already, the link is provided for you down in the description. We're sitting a little bit over now 22,000 members worldwide, and that's with all the different platforms that we have available. The thing that we do best is we provide a supportive community for those that are new and experienced traders. So let me go ahead and start sharing my screen, and I'm going to show you guys step by step on how to download these files properly and how you guys can actually use them to become better traders. All right, guys, so once you guys get accepted to the TechBot Solutions Facebook platform, again, the link is provided for you down below. You simply move on over to this Files tab. Once you click on the Files tab, you're going to want to scroll all the way down. It tells you who is the actual person that created it. You go down, you click See More, and it starts from here. This is a $1,000 growth plan Excel sheet, and you can see that it's uploaded by me. This was April 12th. You simply click on the Excel sheet, and when it tells you that you want to open it, you click download. So once it opens up, very quickly, you're going to want to make sure that where it says that it's going to open where, you're going to want to do through an application. And then from here, you just click Save. Once you open it up, you want to make sure that it's the format that you guys can actually modify. And what I mean by that is the whole point of this $1,000 challenge growth plan is for this $1,000 challenge that we're going to be doing within our group, or that we've actively been doing. Once you have this whole chart, it tells you, the principal value that you started with, the average growth per month, the number of months, and then the target, right? It also tells you the average growth per day. So out of a 3-day period, meaning that, since Robinhood, you can only day trade 3 out of 5 days. I took that into consideration, and that's why I put the only 3-day trades with an average of 2.4 or 2.34 is really what it should be. Or whatever it is that you want your daily goal to be. And in doing that, it does the calculations for you. So let's say we go 2.24, we click enter, and then all this changes, and it says, it's actually 17,000 and stuff like that. So overall, it really comes down to how much it is that you want to be hitting every single day. So 2.34 is the average, approximately from this $1,000 to $20,000, and you can simply track your trade. So this is the quota that you should at least be getting every single month. So from May to June, on June you should be starting out with 1,280 and have grown your account $280.80, and you simply put, let's say like you ended up at 1,100. Again, nothing wrong with that. You simply put enter. And it tells you that you're 14% below quota. It tells you that you're $180.80 below quota, and then it tracks it right here as well. And this can actually help you utilize or stay on track. Every week you should be growing at an average rate of about 7%. So if one week you're down, and you only grew like 5%, just know that this week you're gonna have to end up growing 9% and stuff like that to stay on track. But other than that, again, it's just for you to use this Excel sheet to stay on track and to get a better understanding on how you can continue to achieve your goal, and at least having a plan or an Excel sheet that can help you accommodate that. So I hope you guys see the value in that. And again, this is a 100% free sheet that you simply just download within our Facebook platform. Now once you finish downloading this, again, you just go back to the Facebook platform, and all you want to do is, again, go to Files, and this is going to be the PBP checklist. And although I know a lot of you guys are going to correct me that I spelled supposedly berry wrong because it's the prime berry pick checklist. I didn't spell it wrong. I named it after a member within our group. So again, Ricky Gutierrez, that's me, the PBP checklist. You click here. Again, when it pops up, you're going to want to click download. And under applications, you're just going to want to put where. I guess it really doesn't matter where you save it once you open this up. So once you click download, it's going to populate on the bottom tab, and then you simply just click on it and it'll open it up. But other than that, I already have mine opened right here, and now I've modified mine a little bit to accommodate the type of trader I am, and I can copy and paste this as many times. So this is a little formula. Let me just explain it to you very quickly. So this is a primary pick checklist, and the reason that we find this to be so useful is because you want to make sure that you're trading quality stocks and stocks that you see value in. And the only way that you can trade stocks that you specifically see value in is when you come up with certain criteria that every stock has to hit or meet before it's a stock that you trade, right? So RSI below 35, above 100 volume, and then above EMA or SMA. And then you can simply add your watch list right here so you can get a good, just gathering of all your watch lists. And then every day, usually Sunday through Thursday, since you're going to be performing technical analysis at least 15 to 20 minutes every single day, you want to make sure that out of all the stocks in your watch list, that's very overwhelming. You have to perform a technical analysis on them, meaning that you try to identify potential. And in doing that, once you identify potential, like in certain stocks that I identified potential, were like FTR, JNUG, JDST, ECYT, I added them to my prime berries because they are the ones that I want to focus on and not overwhelm myself with all these different options. So then I put them right here. I put where the support and resistance level is. Again, you're not going to have this since this is something I added. You simply just type it in, support and resistance, and it gives me a better understanding. So during pre-market hours, I know like where the support and resistance level was during aftermarket hours the day before, and if it continues to hold in the same place that I believed it was going to hold and I planned out, then I can get a better understanding that, look, this stock has potential. This stock is playing out the way that I, am predicting it. And that's why, this is why the next step is creating a plan. And what I mean by that is you simply go down here to this plan part. Let's say we're trading FTR. It's one that I traded yesterday. And you can simply put FTR. The price was at $1.29. That was the support. The price was at 129, the support was at 128, the resistance was at overall 137, and the stop loss, this is what you have to come up with, like where you're going to cut your losses. If the support is at 128, I'm going to put my stop loss at 127.9. Again, right below the support. What looks like it's trying to modify it, so we'll go ahead and leave it like that, and again, you can just change that by using that little tab. And then your max loss, that's just a dollar value or figure that you're gonna want to come up with, and I'm gonna simply put $15. Again, now you created this plan on where the current price is, where the support is, where the resistance level is, and you have a better understanding, how FTR is playing out. Now it comes down to, analyzing it during pre-market hours, making sure that it's sticking according, staying above the support, staying meeting all the criteria that is below 35 RSI and all that stuff. And if it meets all that criteria, and then you can, you're making the decision on jumping on in, then you can use this to track your, risk. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say you don't get in at 129 because you want to make sure that it bounces and it starts to show signs of upward momentum. It's something that we talk about very often. So you want to say that your purchase price is at $1.30. So it bounced, it's now going up, you buy in at 130, and your target sell price, because you notice that there's a resistance actually at $1.33 instead of $1.37. So your target sell price is now 133, and your target stop loss again still remains the same. So your percentage for risk is 1.62%. Again, this calculates it for you, and this percentage for growth is 2.26. Now, if I would have changed this to my target sell price at 1.37, obviously my growth is gonna increase. And that's really just it. So this is all just one piece. That is all for FTR. This was for JNUG. So all I did was I went over this. I clicked copy, like Control C. I copied it and then I pasted it right next to it. And it copies over the formula as well. So once I change the certain dollar value, let's say I put 1620. Again, it controls everything for me. If I wanted to purchase it at 1620, sell at $17. And cut my losses at right below the support at 1619. My percentage risk is 0.06, and my percentage for profit is 4.71. And again, getting that understanding on what your potential for profit is being much greater than your potential for risk. That's what I mean about being able to make sure that you have a better judgment on what you're getting into. You understand the overall stock and you understand your risk. That's one of the biggest things. You have to understand what it is that you're investing in to make sure that you're not just hoping for the best, but that you have a plan for success. So you have your planning, you've done your analysis, you've filtered out stocks that you think have potential, you personally, and based on no one's opinion. That's one of the biggest things that you guys have to focus on, is based on your own opinion. That's what you're going to focus on. And then this max calculator, all it does is, let's say you have $1,000. The max loss is 1.5%. That's $15 loss. and then the max profit, all it does, it takes this into consideration of the 5.11%, and then it throws it down here, and that's $51.09 out of the $1,000, being an average of 5.11%. And then you simply just sign what it is that's down here, and it says, I promise to honor my plan on every trade, and then I initialed it, and it's something as simple as that. So what I mean by that is you set up this plan on where you're buying, right, at 130, where you're selling, and where you're going to cut your losses. And one of the biggest things or mistakes that people make is not cutting their losses at where they're saying they're going to cut their losses because they're hoping for the best, or not locking in profits because, you know, if I saw that the resistance was at 1.33, but I was like, but look, it was, you know, 2 days ago it was at 140 or 145, so I'm going to hold for that, and then all of a sudden it takes a dip and you end up, you know, having to cut losses because you didn't lock in profits with the resistance that you were aware of, and that's what I mean by that. You know, if you have this plan and you see that, you know, it's hitting the certain resistance and you just want to lock in profits, again, for this challenge, you want to make sure that you stay in the green. Consistency is key when it comes to trading, and it's much better to, you know, lock in consistent profit than to have to cut losses. And that's something that you have to understand. No matter how much you believe in a certain company, no matter, you know, what it is that people tell you about a certain company, if the analysis and the graphs are telling you that it's time to sell, then you be the judge of that, right? 90% of people fail, and a lot of that has to do, you know, based on emotions and based on not truly understanding what you're investing in. Now, if we can filter all that emotions out, if we can filter out that not knowing out, because now you have an understanding of what you're getting into, you understand your risk, and you understand that you are going to stick to your plan to lock in profits and cut losses short, meaning that you're minimizing risk and promoting growth. I want you guys to tell me in the comments how you guys think, you know, this wouldn't be a plan for success. Although, you know, there's always going to be risk in whatever it is that you're investing in. It's all about managing that risk and making sure that it's smaller than the potential for profit. And that's really just it. So again, I created this Excel sheet so you guys can utilize it to become a little bit more of, you know, developed and organized traders. And I hope you guys see that. Other than that, that's pretty much it. If you guys can just share this video with the different members that are going to be asking, you know, how is it that you download it? How is it that you use these different Excel sheets? Just refer them to this video so we don't have to, in a sense, use that time to try to explain it to them. Again, this video has been highly requested with different members within our group, so I hope you guys see value. If you guys can like and subscribe, like always, you know, we greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we just broke 20,000 subscribers, so I can't thank you guys enough. And if you guys have any questions or suggestions, again, please direct message me within the TechBud Solutions group chat platform, and that's going to be the best way for me to get a response to you. So overall, thank you guys again, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, guys. Baby, don't you let it go to waste. You know we could put 'em all to shame. Now isn't the time to play it safe.